Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight here at 4FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Donovan Wiseman.
And I am student meteorologist Melanie Steinberg. Now we've seen just today was a pretty cool and pleasant day. The sun was out, it was shining, it was cold. I liked today. Today was a good day.
Well, you know, those brisk temperatures I'm usually not a big fan of. I got up this morning to check. I had already grabbed shorts because I saw the sun out. I already grabbed shorts, but I looked online and it said 51 degrees, so I went and put on some jeans.
Yeah, was certainly cold and sunny, but I think today was the last day of sun for a while.
Yeah, today was definitely a better day than what tomorrow is going to be. We're going to probably see some rain move in our way, a lot more cloud coverage. I'm not a huge fan of those days.
Yeah, no, neither am I, and it's going to be conditions like that into Thursday too. The sun will return though in time for the weekend.
Well, that's always good if you got weekend plans. I know I'll be outside this weekend, but honestly, if we could jump into a time machine and just get it here to summer, to those 90 degrees temperatures, I would be so happy.
Yeah, fortunately, we're still going to be seeing those highs in the 60s, lows in the 30s, just really seasonable temperatures.
Well, that's what we're used to for this time of year. It could be way worse. We could live, further up north where we're seeing a lot of snowstorm. We're going to talk about that in our national stuff. Pretty awful stuff going on in the Midwest and Northeast right now.
Yeah, they're just getting slammed with snow. They had back-to-back storms, sub-zero temperatures, so it's not really great up there. Thankfully, though, we're not seeing those conditions down here. But now, Shane, we're going to take it for an overview.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we can be glad it wasn't snowy down here today, but it was pretty chilly all the same. Here's a look at what the southeast looks like right now, and we do have clouds building in from the southwest, a precursor of things to come. We've got moisture moving in within the next day or so. So looking at what we've got right now in the capital, it's 64 degrees. The sky has gotten very cloudy, but the dew point is still low. Humidity has not gotten too high yet, but expect the mugginess to increase as the hours go by, especially into tomorrow, because we're looking for a cool and breezy evening, but it's going to get rainy tomorrow, so be sure to have those umbrellas handy as you get out and about. And then once this rain gets out of here, we're going to return to seasonable conditions. But before we get there, let's talk tonight. We've got a low of 39 degrees lined up for everyone, with increasing clouds and chilly conditions all around with a light breeze, so make sure to take a jacket as you head out this evening. Let's toss it back to the desk for another story.
Thank you, Shane. Actually, we're getting into our favorite segment here. We're getting into some weather history.
I always enjoy doing the weather history. I like taking a look back. We were talking about winter weather just a moment ago, but in Alabama on this day in 1990, they saw 4 tornadoes in one day. Luckily, only 7 people were injured, but that's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, that is very scary, and it's actually quite coincidental. There's a snowstorm going on in the Northeast now, and back in 1961, they also had a really bad snowstorm. Newark, New Jersey saw 22.6 inches of snow.
I can't even imagine trying to live in an area where you get 2 feet of snow almost in one day. They said also on that day in Central Park that they had 17.4 inches of snow, so not a day to go out, sit on the bench, and enjoy some nice weather.
Yeah, the snow really hit for them. And then in North Carolina, they also had a great snowstorm. In Salem, they got 20 inches of snow. So today in weather history, just a lot of snow all around the area. But now bringing it back home, we're going to take it to our first local with Becca.
Good evening, Tallahassee. Right now we are sitting at a nice 53 degrees and it is mostly cloudy outside. We're going to see a lot more of those clouds coming in. Currently right here, 53 in Tallahassee. Up in Bainbridge, you're at 54, and down in Carabel, you're at 48. And now as we see the satellite and radar, the clouds came in a little bit earlier today, which is what we saw. So by tonight around 6, which we're at right now, the clouds are a lot more dense than they were this morning, and that is associated with a low system that will be coming in. Right now you can see the low right down here off the Texas coast. That will be moving into our area. Now the water vapor here, all around that low, the green indicates a lot of moisture in the air, and that is normally what happens when we see a low move in. Here you go, rain all right there in the Texas, and as the high pressure moves over us, you see that low following it, and that warm front is going to bring in all of that rain that we are going to be seeing tomorrow. It is going to be a big downpour. And as that low continues to push through the region, we're going to see a lot of cooler air and clouds move in by Thursday morning. And by Thursday evening, we're going to be seeing a lot of dry air in our region as that low moves out into the Atlantic. Boating for tomorrow, you're not really going to want to go out at all winds are going to be 4 to 10 knots, very dangerous when you're out there. Waves 2 to 3 feet. Not too bad, but because it's going to be rainy and stormy, you're definitely not wanting to go out there. Tonight, 39, a little cooler. You're definitely going to want to bring a jacket, maybe 2 if you're going out tonight. Cloudy conditions and very chilly. Tomorrow, you're going to be at 60 degrees. That's a nice temperature. We're going to have a 60% chance of rain, and the clouds are going to linger throughout the day. So it's not going to be very sunny. You're definitely going to want to bring those rain boots tomorrow with that high chance of rain. Looking at the week ahead, we see 60s all through Saturday. We have rain chances very high on Wednesday and Thursday with 60% and 80%. And Friday, it's going to definitely clear up for the weekend, which is great, so we can all go outside this weekend. And Monday, a slight change with the rain coming back in. We see 70s, though, this weekend and carries on into the beginning of next week. And then we start to see a decrease in temperatures hitting 69. Lows, not so cold, but we do hit 39 tonight, the 45 tomorrow night, and then Friday we get into the the low 30s. And then we hit 40. And now we're going to take it to Ian and see the southeast.
Thank you, Becca. Yeah, we have a good system coming on through in the southeast. We have a low that you can see centered off in the western Gulf. This will be making its way through, impacting us for the next couple of days, bringing our rain chances up a good bit. We're going to be seeing a good chance of rain for much of the southeast associated with this system as it will be continuing to push on through the next couple of days. You can see the water vapor map shows you all that green. This green is associated with the moisture that's in the upper air. And that is what is associated with the low. So we have a good amount of moisture coming through. Going to expect a good amount of rain for many areas across the southeast, and areas of Alabama, Georgia, Florida is going to be seeing a good amount. Currently, the temperatures outside right now are a bit on the mild side. We have 53 in Tallahassee. We have 16 in Orlando. Down in Miami, 71 degrees, so not too bad there. But off towards the north, you have 43 in Tupelo, so not so bad right now. But behind this system, that cold air is going to be moving in. I can assure you that. Now, the dew points are looking a little dry right now. Much of the southeast is seeing below 30, which when it's below really 70, that's when you're noticing that drier air, not so much as in the sticky weather that you used to with the humidity. But this is going to be changing. You can see in Texas starting to see a good amount of moisture moving on through associated with that system. So that will be changing soon enough. Now, the Futurecast shows that this afternoon we have a high-pressure system settling itself in the southeast, but that will be moved around as this low starts to move into the picture. You can see out on the bottom of the screen, there's that low I was talking about. Moving on overnight, this low is going to bring on some cloudy skies and a good bit of rain for much of the southeast. Florida is going to see a good amount of rain, Georgia as well, Wednesday night, and this low is going to continue to move on through as it pushes across Florida. You know, behind this dry air associated with the high in the south, that cold air is going to be moving around it and moving into the area, cooling us off into Wednesday night. Wednesday night is going to be very chilly for much of the eastern U.S. So you can see a drier air pushes on through Thursday in afternoon, and you're going to see a difference in temperatures there. So tonight's forecast shows 29 degrees in Montgomery at 40 in Tallahassee. So really cool temperatures for much of the southeast. A little bit warmer in Florida, but we are seeing some cool temperatures that are going to be continuing to change as we move on through with the system. So for tomorrow's forecast, 64 in Tallahassee. You have 71 in Orlando with some rain, 56 in New Orleans. So this is going to continue to change as we start to see that low moving on through, and that will see bringing us to new things there. But we are going to send it back to the desk with more.
All right, Ian, thanks for taking us around the southeast. Melanie, we're going to kind of step away from the southeast right now and talk about some other regions. Right now in the Midwest, we already mentioned the Northeast a little bit. Yeah. In the Midwest, they're struggling to see highs even get to the 20s this week.
Yeah, they're just being really plummeted with snow and cold air. They've had back-to-back snowstorms, and there's some deep snowfall left behind. Some places like Detroit and Chicago even broke some records in the top 5 and top 3 for snowfall.
Oh my gosh, that's saying a lot for those areas that they're already breaking records, and they did it this year. I'm sure those kids are probably happy. They're probably out of school right now. That'd be nice.
Yeah, they're probably having snow day, go playing in the snow. But the coldest temperatures haven't even been reached yet. Thursday night, there's supposed to be sub-zero lows in Detroit, Erie, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany. Just a lot of places seeing sub-zero temperatures.
Well, Melanie, I'll tell you what, I'm glad we're in Tallahassee away from that. But to talk even more about what's going on around the country, let's send it back out to Ian. Ian, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. We actually have a lot to talk about. Much of the United States is seeing a good bit of snow, especially in the north, and we have that oncoming rain in the southeast. And we have the Pineapple Express in the northwest, bringing in a good bit of rain there. So, a few systems we're going to talk about. Currently, the temperatures around most of the United States are rather on the warmer side. You can see all the way up into Nebraska, and they're in the 60s, so not so bad there, but that will soon change as we start to see a system moving on through in the north. But temperatures up in the north in Minneapolis, 16 degrees. You have 20 in Boston, so they've been on the cold side, but that will soon be changing to even colder temperatures. For satellite radar, you see that Gulf that I had previously talked about in the southeast in the Gulf, and then up in the north, you have another system here bringing snow, which they already saw a good bit of snow from the storm that moved on through a couple of days ago. So they're going to be seeing more snow in the Midwest, in Detroit and Chicago, and they don't really want any more of that. Back in the northwest, you can see that that Pineapple Express I was talking about, which is very typical this time of the year, bringing them a good bit of moisture. With the watches and warnings, you can see a winter weather advisory here for the Midwest and Kansas and Nebraska, and with that winter storm warning here off in western Nebraska. So they have already gotten a good bit of snow, and they're going to continue to see that as we move on through. Moving into the Midwest, you can see that snow I was talking about in Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit. They're going to be seeing more snow. They already saw up to 20 inches of snow in certain areas, record-breaking numbers actually for areas there. So that will continue to move on through towards the east, bringing more snow towards the northeast. Now in the northwest, this is what I was talking about with the Pineapple Express. You can see all of that moisture moving from the Pacific is moving into the northwest, bringing some rain and some snow in the higher elevations near the Rockies. So they are seeing a good bit of moisture there, which is really something nice that they would like to see on the west side, with all of the drier conditions they've had lately, bringing some unfortunate conditions with fires. So looking at the overall view of the map, those are the three systems that you had with the telling the story for right now. Now with futurecast temps, you're going to see those changes soon. We have some warmer temperatures in the south, but as you move on through Wednesday night, those temperatures start to drop off, which is to be expected. You can see 46 in New Orleans, 25 in Memphis, 9 degrees in Minneapolis. Very cold there, but that will be soon changing as that system pushes on through into Wednesday at night. Those temperatures drop, and they drop hard. So you can see 5 in Minneapolis, 9 in Kansas City. We have 43 in New Orleans, 18 in Memphis. So very cold temperatures through Thursday night. That's unfortunate for most of the areas there, but that's associated with that system, and that was all that snow they saw out ahead is going to continue to change with that. Moving on to Thursday afternoon, you can see those temperatures start to warm up just a bit, but very warm conditions for the southwest, but for the most part, very nice weather for most of the United States. But we are going to send it back to the desk with more. I'm sorry, we're going to send it to Melanie. Excuse me.
It's all right, no problem. Yeah, we're going to take it more back local. We're going to start with our local temperatures. Pretty mild conditions right now, 53 in Tallahassee, 50s for the rest of our area, and those temperatures are going to be dropping as we move in throughout the night. Satellite and radar, we had a little bit of a cloudy start. The clouds kind of tampered off a little bit, and now as we're reaching evening time, the clouds are starting to make their way back in. And that's just thanks to this Gulf low that's originating right over here over Texas, and as we progress into Wednesday, it's going to bring some rain with it, and it's bringing all this moisture with it. The green is the moisture content. That's really what's going to be impacting our rain chances for the next few days. Right now, though, our area is dominated by high pressure. That's going to be moving on out off the east coast. We're going to be seeing overcast skies tonight into tomorrow morning. And tomorrow afternoon, that's when the rain is really going to hit. We're going to be getting that southerly flow, and that's just going to fuel these storms, impact our area. The storms are going to continue into Thursday morning, and behind this, we're going to be seeing northeasterly flow. It's going to be bringing in drier and cooler air. So by Thursday night, the showers will be out of our area, so it's going to be a pretty nice night Thursday night, and the cooler temperatures will be returning. If you want to go to the beach tomorrow, it's going to be a high UV index, some moderate winds. It may not be the best beach day just because the clouds are going to be in our area. Tonight, the clouds are going to roll in. We're going to reach 39 in Tallahassee, a little bit warmer towards the coast. Same temperatures to our north in the high 30s. Very seasonable temperatures, very different from what we saw this morning, though. Like, I was getting the frost off my car. You won't be getting the frost defrost off your car tomorrow morning, it's going to be a little bit warmer than that. Tomorrow, the clouds are going to linger around. There is that 60% chance for rain. That's going to be in the more afternoon hours, though. So if you're a morning person and you have morning classes, you're just going to be seeing those clouds and not much rain with it. 60 in Tallahassee. Low 60s and high 50s for the rest of our Big Bend region in the area. Taking a look at the week ahead, though, we do have the rain for Wednesday and Thursday. Our temperatures are going to be raising a little bit into Thursday with those lows back in the 40s, but then Friday, our lows are going to be back to near freezing temperatures, low Thursdays, and taking a look at the rest of the week. Monday, we have our next system moving through. That's going to bring with it some rain, but Monday, we're reaching those 70-degree temperatures, so we're reaching those unseasonable temperatures. But we're looking at a pretty nice weekend, but now we're going to take it back to the desk with more stories.
Thank you, Melanie. Yeah, we were talking about, or I was talking about rather, that snowfall that they saw in the northeast and Midwest. They had seen a good bit of snow from all the way from the southern Rockies all the way east towards New England the last couple of days, and they're going to be getting more too.
Yeah, definitely. The snowstorm dumped snow in Chicago and Detroit. It was the third in Detroit, largest?
Yeah, third heaviest snowfall in Detroit, fifth heaviest in Chicago. So up to 4 states saw 20 inches of snow in certain areas. So a lot of snow associated with this storm, and that was what they saw. And it's not going to end now, so there's more to come for them. And this storm might have even caused more trouble for areas like New York City that had delays on their metro subway stations. So,
yeah, same with Boston as well. Their train systems, they had a bunch of delays.
Yeah, so they had, unfortunately, some delays associated with these storms, but this is all part of the winter storms that you have to deal with. But they're used to it at this point, aren't they? But it's this time of the year, and this is what you can expect, really.
And it definitely could have been worse, considering this is like the third heaviest and the fifth. Like, I couldn't even imagine what the first one would like.
Probably
that must have been
bad.
a lot of snow.
But yeah, they saw some pretty bad conditions with that, and we talk about here, we don't have to deal with snow, but
Not at all.
And it's a relief, because honestly, I don't think I could really have much patience
drive.
for that.
I couldn't go anywhere. I'd crash.
Be trapped indoors. But we're gonna send it to the wall with Donovan with more.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm glad we live here and far away from that snow. And I'm going to take you around the Sunshine State right now. Currently, it's 48 degrees in Jacksonville, 53 here in the capital, 49 Pensacola. You look further down south into the peninsula, 60 in Orlando, 65 Tampa, with some cloud coverages, and even seeing some lower 70s in areas like Miami, Key West. It's really beautiful right now all across the state of Florida. Now, our satellite and radar is showing just how that beauty is going to end tomorrow, and we'll probably see some rainfall. A little bit of cloud coverage today. That kept us pretty cool, but it's been really dry here today. With some moisture in our atmosphere, we're going to see some precipitation because of that, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Now, here's that water vapor map, and all of this green just indicates moisture, and that's hovering all over the southeast with that high pressure system moving into areas like here and up into Georgia. We're going to keep our eye on that. Now, currently around Tallahassee and the area, not a lot going on here in the capital. We're seeing some possible rain across the Gulf down here in the Gulf, way off the coast. So it's been a nice day across the Panhandle region, and we're going to take it over to the East Coast as well. Nothing going on here in Jacksonville, and then we'll go deeper south. Not a lot going on down in Miami, areas like that. But again, that's going to change. Now let's take it back and take a look across the southeast right now. Really not seeing anything as of this hour, but we know that we're going to be experiencing some moisture from this area, some precipitation moving in from the East Texas thicket right there over into the Panhandle of Florida, hopefully just for about a day, and that sun will be back Thursday. Now, here's what we were talking about. Here's that area of high pressure out here across Mississippi, and that little bit of precipitation that's forming off the coast down here. It's due to this warm air coming up from the Gulf in that area. It's moving from the south, and we got some cold air moving with that northeasterly flow. That's going to create some drier conditions and some cooler air in our area. Now, for tomorrow, we're going to have a chilly start around 45 degrees. Our rain chances go up as we get around noon. And, of course, by the evening, we will definitely be seeing that rain. It's going to be here. It's going to be a little bit cooler than what we'd like it to be. Now, for tonight, 40 here in Tallahassee. Not as bad as we have seen in the past couple of nights. Getting down again into the peninsula, 62 down in West Palm Beach. I'd like to take a drive down there tonight and just enjoy that. Now for tomorrow across the state, 62 in Jacksonville, 64 here in Tallahassee, and then again upper 70s down in the southern peninsula. Very nice day down in areas like Miami. Now let's take it over and talk about some winter weather with Shade.
Thanks, Donovan. Yeah, we've got warmth and moisture moving into our region, but most of the country is dealing with some very cold conditions. We saw that cold air coming in behind the low pressure on Donovan's map. That's part of the system fueling most of this freezing precipitation up to our north. Here's a look at the whole country right now, and we've got an especially large amount that's been snowing on Chicago earlier today. A bit of a system forming over the Rocky Mountains that we'll come to later, and the one that's been on everyone's mind since last week at this time, the system up in the northeast. The one from last week's out of the way, but check out this map. This shows where the land is currently under snow cover right now across the U.S. And we've got light snow from Washington all the way out to Maine, where they are still buried under deep snow out here in the northern reaches of New England. Let's zoom in on that region now and talk about some numbers. Boston still has a foot of snow on the ground, 18 inches on the ground in Worcester, and they are expecting more snow to fall on their region shortly once the system from the Midwest makes its way out here. Now, they may be in the clear in terms of having snow falling right now, but they've got winter airport advisories right now. Boston, Logan Airport, and LaGuardia in New York are both experiencing ground delays right now due to ice accumulation on the runways. So if you've got plans out there, expect for some delays of up to or exceeding an hour. Now look at where the precip is currently falling in the Midwest. We've got some lake effect snow here coming off of Lakes Huron and Erie, a little bit off of Lake Ontario too in upstate New York. And then let's get to the big system that everyone's been talking about out there to the west in Chicago. Check out this band of snow. It's really impressive. It moves across from Minneapolis and Des Moines to Madison, Wisconsin, and then to Chicago. And as Becca and Ian were telling us at the desk, it's the 5th highest snowfall recorded in Chicago. Records are varying 15 to 20 inches within the downtown metro area, and that was all today. See, the loop begins early this morning, and then that presses on in there from this afternoon. So that is a remarkable amount of snow in a short period of time. So as we can expect with this, the National Weather Service has been issuing several advisories associated with this system. The purple advisories here are just winter weather advisories. They're not to be taken lightly, but they're not as severe as the pink shaded counties here. They're under winter storm warnings that continue to persist as increased snowfall and blowing winds make for treacherous travel conditions. So a few numbers for our forecast. Right now it's 15 degrees in Minneapolis, 24 in Detroit, and 23 up there in Billings, and 20 in Boston right now. And how are the temperatures going to change over the next few evenings? Well, it's getting down to 4 degrees in Minneapolis, 12 in Billings, 22 in Detroit. And then it's just going to keep getting chillier. Tomorrow night, we're flirting with the sub-zero temperatures in Minneapolis, single digits in Kansas City and Detroit, and 22 degrees in Boston. Glad we're not experiencing those kinds of temperatures here in the Sunshine State, right, guys?
Yeah, we have. You're looking mighty tan, by the way. But
You are looking very tan.
But anyway, so with all that winter weather you had in the Northeast, there's some interesting news that the Journal of American Psychology has brought about. They actually think that when it comes to bad weather, you are more productive than not.
Well, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever, because I know when it rains, snows, does whatever, I'm watching Netflix all day. I get nothing done, so I don't know where they got this from.
Well, they studied a factory in Japan and found out that it kind of is a proportion to the amount of rain that they get increases their productivity, which, like you said, I know it doesn't apply to me. When it rains out, all I want to do is just lounge around. But apparently, you're supposed to be more productive. So
good for them.
Yeah, be more productive. But we're going to send it back to the wall with Donovan.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk about what's going on here locally one more time before we shut it down tonight. Currently here in Tallahassee, the sun's probably set. We're sitting around the lower 50s, mostly cloudy out there. And we're going to continue to see those clouds here this evening. And you just see where we've really been covered by them all day. Luckily, it didn't create too bad of conditions outside. It was still really comfortable. Again, I had to wear jeans today. I was expecting shorts for that sunshine, but still not a bad day. Now currently around the region, we're sitting around 50 in Thomasville, 52 in Valdosta, 50 Perry. Basically the same story across the Big Bend region, lower 50s, some areas in the upper 40s. Pretty seasonable for this time of year. That's what we expect. Now currently our dew points, we're staying pretty dry. We do have some moisture in our atmosphere, and that could probably create some precipitation tomorrow. But right now 31 degrees is our dew point here in Tallahassee, and a lot of the same story across the Big Bend. Pretty comfortable outside, not too humid. Again, even though all of this green here that indicates moisture, that's all of the just hanging all over the southeast. Should be creating some more muggy temperatures just when I look at that, but it felt pretty comfortable throughout the day today. Now our future cast, we were talking about this area of high pressure earlier that's set over Mississippi, and all of this activity coming from the East Texas part over here, and that's just going to be making its way in. You see Wednesday at 1 a.m. that high pressure system will be around Augusta, Georgia. It will be setting there. Overcast here in the Big Bend region, and as Wednesday rolls on, that warm air is going to be coming up from the Gulf, from the south, with this cooler air coming in from the northeasterly flow, and that's going to create some rainy conditions here in Tallahassee. You see that's just right over top of us, and much of the state of Florida is going to see that. It'll move its way through, but by Thursday morning, that cooler air is going to be coming in. You see there, that warm air is gone. We're going to see some drier conditions, but again, it's going to be pretty cool outside, so be aware of that. Make sure you're planned for that. Now for tonight here in the region, 39 in Tallahassee. Again, it's been worse than other nights, 34 degrees. That's not a bad night for us at this time of year, and pretty much the same story around the region. For tomorrow, 60 in Tallahassee, 60 in Monticello, and it's basically lower 60s, upper 50s for the day around the region. Pretty normal for us. Again, that's a jean and a long sleeve shirt kind of day for me personally. Now the week ahead, this is what we can expect. 60% chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday. We are going to see some sunshine probably Thursday afternoon and evening hours. But again, it's going to be definitely a sunny weekend. 61 is our high on Friday, 63 on Saturday, and then getting back up into those nice temperatures, the 70s here, Sunday and Monday. And that's going to create some good conditions for some sports here around Tallahassee. And I believe Ian and Becca have more to tell us about that.
We definitely do, Donovan, and it's perfect because the men's basketball team is playing at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. It's indoors. You don't even have to worry about the rain. Just make it over there. They're playing Clemson.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be raining the next couple of days, so don't get your hopes too down. We got things to do. We have a basketball game on Wednesday, and then we have another a tennis game on Friday against Florida.
Yeah, we definitely do, and they're giving out free pizza for anyone that goes. I actually might go. I don't really understand tennis, but the fact that there's pizza, I will probably be there.
Deuces and love and pizza. That sounds good to me.
There's like a neon ball that's used.
But the weather should be great. Looking up ahead, we have once we get through those crappy conditions on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to look into the weekend. We have sunny weather. We have 61 degrees on Friday. We have sunny and 63 on Saturday. So it should be great weather.
Yeah, it's perfect for the baseball fan day. That's at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Beautiful weather.
Yeah, start the baseball season out with great weather because that's what we associate with spring. Now, if you want to follow us more, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Or even if you want to watch us again, you can watch us on livestream.com/FSU Weather for more. And you can tune in at 11 to watch us again. we hope you have a great week, and we are going to be seeing you guys tomorrow at 6. So stay tuned for more.
I'm student meteorologist Rebecca Bennett.
And I'm Ian Cassette.
Have a nice night.